There were only 6 freshman sitcoms for the 2024 to 2025 season across all networks, with Hollywood slate still recovering from the double WGA-SAG strikes in 2023. These 6 shows are ABC's Shifting Gears, CBS Georgie and Mandy's First Marriage and Papa's House, NBC's Happy's Place and Shifting Gears, and Fox's Going Dutch. There was certainly a turn to nostalgic faces as leads, with Damon Wayans Sr., Reba McEntire, and Tim Allen returning to the small screen. Themes of family were also interestingly strong, with 5 of the 6 new sitcoms centered around some type of familial tension as the central premise. Many of the greatest sitcoms of all time still needed some time to find the best version of the show, and luckily, 5 of these shows have been renewed for a second season, so we'll get another 20-plus episodes with some of our new favorite characters. From the auto repair shop to the hospital to a military base in the Netherlands, some of the freshman sitcoms of 2024 were incredibly self-assured and laugh-out-loud funny from the pilot. 6. Papa's House. The chemistry between the Wayans father and son wasn't enough to elevate CBS's generic premise. Damon Wayans Sr. and Damon Wayans Jr. in Papa's House. Papa's House never quite found its creative footing or its audience. The chemistry between Damon Wayans Sr. and Damon Wayans Jr. is undeniable, truly comedy gold. Nonetheless, the premise of a father and adult son living side by side lacks a compelling hook to grab viewers in a crowded content environment. Even the character names, Papa and Jr., felt a little generic. Wayans Sr. plays a stubborn radio DJ, complete with internal monologues and retro attitudes. That setup echoes the sex and the city-style voiceovers that only work if used well, but Papa's House never commits to whether Papa should grow. His romance with co-host Ivy feels awkward and overly contrived, failing to land emotionally. Meanwhile, Jr.'s wholesome marriage to Nina is a refreshing change, eschewing the tired trope of men resenting their wives. Critically, the show earned a mixed yet middling reception, but viewership numbers were bleak. Papa's House was CBS's least-watched scripted series this season. Despite the Wayans' charm, the writing felt thin, the premise underwhelming, and the narrative unclear on Papa's journey, and CBS quietly cancelled the sitcom after one lackluster season. 5. Shifting Gears. Tim Allen's appeal is enough to earn ABC's show with mixed reviews a second season. Matt, Tim Allen, and Riley, Kat Dennings, at grief counseling in Shifting Gears Episode 4. Tim Allen's Shifting Gears is built on a simple concept. A grumpy widowed dad is thrown off kilter when his estranged adult daughter, Kat Dennings, and her kids move in unexpectedly. Critically, the show was a mixed bag, with reviewers finding the material a little old-fashioned and formulaic. Yet, audiences loved Tim Allen and gave the show a chance. Shifting Gears had ABC's strongest debut in 6 years. Midway through the 10-episode first season, the series hit a breakthrough. Allen's character finally confronted his grief, adding meaningful emotional depth. It wasn't elevated storytelling, but it had enough heart to earn a second season. There was a fun Last Man Standing reunion in Shifting Gears when Nancy Travis cameoed. Tim Allen's charm and the warm father-daughter dynamic didn't revolutionize sitcoms, but there is a lot of positive momentum heading into its second season. This is a show that could benefit from a longer, 20-plus episode season order. Happy's Place. Reba brings back retro sitcom feel-good vibes and a laugh track. Image of the Happy's Place cast including Reba via NBC. Happy's Place marked a strong return for Reba McEntire to the sitcom genre, charming viewers with its blend of humor and heart. Reba plays Bobby, who inherits her late father's bar, Happy's Place, only to discover she must co-own it with her much younger half-sister, Isabella, Belissa Escobedo, sparking tender yet funny generational clashes. Some critics found the premise predictable or the laugh track dated, while others lauded its cozy vibe and character-driven comedy. Nonetheless, audiences embraced the show more wholeheartedly. Happy's Place was one of NBC's strongest comedy launches in recent memory. Fans of Reba will be delighted to see Melissa Peterman as Gabby, the bubbly bartender and loyal friend to Reba's Bobby, a nod to her role as Barbara Jean. Their real-life chemistry shines here too, balancing comedic banter with emotional support. Happy's Place didn't reinvent the sitcom wheel, but Reba's warmth, Peterman's charm, and the inviting bar setting created enough laughter and feeling to win over viewers, setting a promising course for its upcoming second season. 3. Going Dutch. Denis Leary's slyly subversive sitcom is an underrated gem. Colonel Quinn and Shah with binoculars in Going Dutch. Going Dutch is an underrated comedy gem, the best sitcom nobody's talking about. The premise alone is gold. Denis Leary plays a warmongering U.S. colonel who's been exiled to a peacekeeping base in the Netherlands as punishment, where the current commanding officer is his estranged daughter. What could have been a one-joke setup evolves into a sharp, heartfelt series with a hilarious ensemble of lovable oddballs and surprisingly grounded emotional stakes. The show pokes loving fun at how the world views America's obsession with the military. From bureaucratic misunderstandings to cultural clashes, it satirizes US bravado with a wink, all while respecting the emotional lives of its characters. One of the show's greatest strengths is its ensemble. From stoner logisticians to awkward diplomats, the supporting characters are constantly surprising with unexpected skill and depth. Danny Pudi is a particular standout in Going Dutch as Leary's loyal right-hand man, a by-the-book analyst with a deeply awkward streak. Critics called Going Dutch a smart and slyly subversive sitcom. Since the show did not attract huge audience numbers, I was worried it would be cancelled, but thankfully, Fox saw the potential and renewed Going Dutch for a second season, which will hopefully get 20+ episodes instead of just 10. For fans of sharp ensemble comedy with a beating heart, this is one worth catching up on before the next deployment, Georgie and Mandy's First Marriage. This Big Bang Theory spin-off prequel expands the Cooper family story while finding its unique tone. Montana Jordan as Georgie Cooper and Emily Osment as Mandy McAllister in Georgie and Mandy's First Marriage Season 1 Episode 22 Image via CBS. Georgie and Mandy's First Marriage is a bold and refreshing addition to the Big Bang Theory universe, with critics and audiences mostly responding positively to its tonal shift. Unlike Young Sheldon, which evolved into a heartfelt dramedy, Georgie and Mandy fully embraces its sitcom roots, snappy, comedic, and surprisingly sexy. Critics have praised the show's chemistry, particularly between Montana Jordan and Emily Osment, while noting that the series walks a fine line between screwball humor and grounded emotion. Some felt it leans a bit too much on domestic sitcom tropes, but overall reception has been favorable. Fans who met Georgie and Mandy in Young Sheldon appreciate seeing Georgie as more than the lovable goof, and Mandy's sharp wit and emotional complexity bring a spark that sets the show apart.